welcome to Sleepy Hollow High School's 60th commencement exercises. Our program this evening is a formal one, a fitting tribute to the fine young men and women we honor here tonight. We ask your cooperation in maintaining audience decorum. Please turn off cell phones and refrain from talking during the ceremony. The ceremony will last about an hour. The audience is to remain in their seats until the recessional is complete. No guests are permitted on the field at any time. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Helen Carr, Senior Class Secretary, and remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner led by Marie Komorowski and Peter Moriarty.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Marie Komorowski and Peter Moriarty will now sing the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now to begin, Zach Goldbaum and Helen Carr, who will start off with introductions.
You may now take a seat. Good evening and welcome. It is my pleasure to introduce all of you to our special guests this evening. To each of these individuals, we say thank you. Thank you for all you have done for the class of 2017 and all you do for young people each day. Please hold your applause until each group has been announced. A school district is governed by a Board of Education. These volunteers give countless hours in service to their community on all of our behalves. We thank you and ask that you stand as you are recognized. President Mimi Godwin. Vice President Catherine Swibold. Trustee James Husselby. Trustee Jennifer Liddy Green. Trustee B. Joseph Lillis. Trustee Diane McCarthy. Former Trustee Craig Lau. Central administration coordinates the efforts of all schools in our district, providing direction and support for the many programs we have benefited from, and our elementary principals got us off to a great start, guiding us through our early years. We thank you all for your efforts and ask that you stand as you are recognized and called. Mr. Christopher Basari, the Superintendent of Schools. Ms. Pamela Fisk, Director of Human Resources. Mr. Kevin Diemba, School Business Administrator. Mrs. Lynn Gorey, Interim Director of Instruction and Curriculum. Mr. Scott Dorn, Director of Pupil Personnel Services. Ms. Robin Temper, Supervisor of Special Education Programs. Mr. Chuck Scarpula, Director of Athletics. Ms. Susan Breddy, Principal of Washington Irving School. Mr. James Grazino, Assistant Principal of Washington Irving School. Mr. Tom Holland, principal of Moore School, and Mrs. Maureen Burnett, the principal of John Paulding School. We have benefited from an outstanding faculty here at Sleepy Hollow High School. You have pushed us to work hard, inspired us to learn, and encouraged us to have fun along the way. We thank all of you for your care and dedication. Would our principal, Dr. Tracy Smith, and assistant principal, Mr. Baxter, along with our teachers, please stand to be recognized now.
Graduation from high school is more than just the end of 4 years. It is a accumulation of our total experience from kindergarten through 12th grade. The class of 2017 has been truly fortunate all along the way. This year's graduates had the opportunity to invite teachers, administrators, staff, and coaches not on Sleepy Hollow's faculty who have made a difference in our lives to join us here this evening. Would the special guests of the class of 2017 please stand and be recognized as you are called. Once again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. From John Paulding, Lori Blueglass, Patricia Buckley, Lourdes Salante, Mary Jo Daly, Xiomara Klodge, Patricia McLee, Jean O'Brien, Madeline Priano, Gail Setti. From Winfield Elmores, Maria Serreras, Kathy Chula, Elise Carrera, Brian Dusenchuk, Christine Grevin, Leslie Meehan, Brenda Sutherland. From Washington Irving, Gabrielle Cardy, Samantha Clark, Christian Creary, Abby Gilligan, Alexa Gonzalez, Manny Guzman, Elizabeth Hickey, Lisa Leffer Brooker, Monique Lavelle, Holly Martins, Christine Moore, Deborah Rose, Mark White, Nancy Zeffira. From Sleepy Hollow Middle School, Peter Kennedy, Gregory Large, Christine Markey Jones, Bessie Martinez, Joan Mullen, Andrea Osno, Deidre Sullivan. From Mechanico Hills School District, Carol Conklin Spillane, Superintendent. Cusinelli, Board Trustee. Charlie Minton, Board Trustee. Staff retirees and teachers from other districts. Zena Arturo, David Benedict Sr., Catherine Brazier, Vicki DeBarros, Elsie Correra, Julie Dorr, Terry Hongel, Andrea Osno, Evelyn Rivera, Kathy St. Vincent, and Linda Stemple.
As I sat down to write this speech, I wondered what I could write about our salutatorian that people didn't already know. I wanted something new, something different. I thought about writing about one of her favorite movies, an animated children's movie about Christmas, or about her obsession with Jason Mraz. I considered writing about how she was convinced her dog could understand English, Spanish, and Swedish, or how she is my best friend. All of these things seemed different enough, but I did not feel like they embodied the person who I was attempting to capture. Instead, I felt that the best way to describe our salutatorian is by sharing some of my favorite things about her. It appears that the cliche way happens to almost always be the best way. She always has a smile on her face. Despite her busy schedule, she always finds the time to squeeze in at least one Netflix episode. She is probably the oldest person I know that follows a bedtime that she set for herself. Determined and competitive in everything, she does nothing halfway. She considered writing her college essay on how much she enjoys deep conditioning her hair. She is a driven athlete and an amazing teammate. Despite her incredible grades, the main use of her textbooks is a makeshift table for painting her own nails. She enjoys school activities and is always ready to lend a hand. She will fight anyone to the death that Skippy is the best kind of peanut butter. She is a natural-born leader that is not only amiable and caring, but generous and selfless. She'll laugh at anyone's jokes, funny or not. She is a great older sister, an irreplaceable friend, and a genuinely impressive person. She continues to surprise me every day with her actions, her words, and her abilities. I am proud to call this girl my best friend. She has truly impacted Sleepy Hollow. She has maintained outstanding grades for her entire high school career. She is a part of several honor societies. She's represented her school proudly at numerous science research competitions and the New York State Championships for the swim team, and even went on to help organize Relay for Life. She is proud of our school for its diversity, inclusiveness, and atmosphere. She has even said that she cannot wait to come back and raise her own kids here. I know that she will be successful as she continues her education at the University of Rochester. But more importantly, I'm glad that our schools are only 3 hours and 45 minutes apart. I am proud to present the class of 2017 Salutatorian, Sophia Guarnieri.
Hello, everyone. To the parents, siblings, extended family, teachers, administrators, and school board members, thank you for joining us on this special occasion. You're watching your students and your children move on to the next era of their life, and it can be scary to let go of the people you love. However, I can guarantee you that the students sitting in front of me are much more scared. We actually have to do the moving on and completely start over. Most of us are going from ruling the school back down to the bottom of the food chain. This is a daunting transition, but as I keep reminding myself, people do this every year, and they all seem to do okay, so I think we can do it too. When I was 5 years old, my teacher, Miss Correa, who's actually here today, asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up. And I came home sobbing to my mom because I had no idea what I wanted to be. Through the tears, I asked my mom, "How many jobs are there? Do you have a list?" My mom tried to make me feel better, explaining that I had many, many, many years to figure it out, and that there are more jobs in the world than we can count. I'm not sure it made me feel much better at the time, but it did open my mind to possibilities. To this day, my mother and I will point out, that's a job, anytime we notice an obscure job, or one that is interesting or unusual. Did you know, for example, that being a lollyologist, an expert in lollipops, is a job? Saw it on Food Network, it is a thing. The message of this story is that there are so many professions out there, and even if there isn't one that you like, you can invent one. Use this time to reinvent yourself and maybe pioneer a new profession. I still feel like that 5-year-old on the inside who wants a list of all the jobs in the world. I'm sad to report that I have found no such list, but I don't think that your goal should be working towards a specific job. Find what you're passionate about first, and then fit that into a job. Making sure that you're going to be happy and you're going to enjoy what you're doing for the rest of your life should come first. Perhaps your interest in makeup can lead to your dream job working in the TV industry. Perhaps you aren't finding your passion. Remember, a watched pot never boils. Perhaps you'll find what you love when you least expect it, when you're simply living your life, when suddenly what you love to do most may become apparent. I, for one, admit that I'm scared about the upcoming years, but I'm also ready for the next step. We now face the world trusting that Sleepy Hollow High School and our fabulous teachers have given us not only a set of tools that we need, such as how to take notes, how to study, how to write an essay, or in other words, how to define a goal and work towards it, but also how to be kind to others and accept people for who they are. Careers and college will challenge us to use these tools and add new ones to our toolboxes. We won't have a teacher holding our hand all the way, but this is when you get to see what you're truly capable of, and perhaps even find your passions if you're lucky. Graduating from high school gives you the chance to see who you really are and who you want to be. The world becomes a wide open place, full of opportunities in which you get to know yourself. What types of friends are you going to make? What are you going to end up studying? What career will you pursue? You might be surprised at what you learn about yourself. There is a saying that school teaches you a lesson and then gives you tests, while life gives you a test and then you learn the lesson. So get ready for the tests that life is going to give you and enjoy everything that you are going to learn from your life experiences. Go explore the world and yourself and trust that you are well prepared to do so. As the first graders sang to us during the rose ceremony, don't ever lose heart, know who you are, live your own life your way, don't ever give up. The Sleepy Hollow High School community has instilled a strong foundation that we will cherish and remember forever. A huge thank you to all the teachers and parents who have given us all that we need to move on to the next part of our lives. You encouraged us to push ourselves to reach our full potential and have given us the skills and the courage to be successful in the next period of our lives. As High School Musical once said, we're all in this together, even if we're going on our own separate paths. Good luck to all of the students starting a job this fall. I hope that you're doing what you love and it leads to a fulfilling career. And good luck to the students going to college to continue their search for their passions. Thank you to my classmates for making this such a wonderful school and place to learn. I wish the best for all of you.
The Sleepy Hollow Senior Chorus, under the direction of Miss Gail Prasad, will now sing The Time of Your Life. Words and music by Billy Joel Armstrong, Trey Cool, and Mike Durnt.
I love you, Jay Sean. I'm just like solid.